welcome everybody. It's Monday the 14th of August 2017 and I'm just going to do a quick channel overview. Right, we start with the European barn, which was a very enjoyable little build. Now I class this as a basic build, and I did do this for one of my viewers who just wanted to see how, well, what he could actually build just using two moulds. And I enjoyed it that much, I'm going to extend it. Now the extension is going to be on the actual farmyard to start off with. This little picture here shows, well, we've got this is all done by Mini-Art, by the way, but I'm just using this as my rough guide. But the reason I picked this is because this can actually be built in sections and arranged to how you want. So we've got the first section here of probably the workshop or storage area with a little outbuilding. So that section can actually be built separately, and then we move on to, this could either be a house, it can either be a barn with stables, it can really be anything that you want. So that's the second section, and then we've got a small outbuilding. So it gives you a choice of how to arrange it and how to do it. So that's what I intend to do. I intend to build the whole tree as a basic build, using just two moulds again. We're going to be using a new mould that I've not even done a review on, so I'm going to be using this opportunity to do a review on the actual small tile, and it's a beaver tailed tile. It's a bit of a mouthful. So that's the one I shall be using on this. Also, we won't be doing it in stone, we'll be doing it in the Stretcher Bond brick, because I feel I should keep it to moulds that people have bought and are looking for something to build. We will build everything, the doors, the windows, as I did in the last one, and I will run through it section by section and to give you a good layout of what's going on. I also will be introducing, if I can lay my hands on it, is a house accessory set, and this is by Mini-Art. The simple reason I'm going to introduce this is because I do want to let people that can't build them or just don't want to build them the option of just buying a set of windows and doors and can introduce it to the actual build. And as you can see, we've got a barn door, we've also got windows, doors, so all this can actually be used, and also we do have some guttering. So I will be getting my hands on one of these sets and we'll be doing an option. I'll be making, and also I will be using from a kit. So that is the direction I'm going with on this. Well, I'm just going to keep calling it the basic build, and if you've got any suggestions, leave them in the comment box. If you've got any ideas on future builds, leave it in the comment box and we will try our best to accommodate you. So moving on, right, we'll move on to the house. Now I ain't going to stop doing the house, it's going to be done every week. There will be an update every week now. If you've been following it, I know we've had a little bit of a stop and start, but it's a very big project and it does take a great deal of time up. Now, as it stands at the moment, we've done all the guttering and we've almost finished the top half. And as you may notice down the bottom here, we do have one of the little vehicles that is actually going to go in there. I'm just sort of working on what I'm going to actually be doing on the front, but it still will be done, and we'll go around to the back. The whole thing is going to be rendered. I've decided that we are having this on the back as a extension, shall I say, and we're going to create a bathroom in there, so this eventually can be viewed all the way around. So roughly that's it on the house. That will be continuing on. like I say, if I bring another vehicle in, I have got the Panther. That is, well, it's not finished weathering yet because I want to weather them all together to how I'm going to be doing the actual building. So that's a quick overview on the house. It's going to be going ahead. That won't change, and that will keep going until we actually get it finished. I have got something set in my head. My local model group, they'll be having a show at the end of this year, and I would like to be putting this in and see what happens. So that's quickly on the house. Now, these two parts are two molds, prototype molds that Diorama Debris sent me, and I'm aiming to do some type of small build using these parts just to see what they're like, how they go together, if there's any issues with them. And this will be coming up very soon because I need to get these done and report back to Diorama Debris of what's going on with these molds. So that is another thing that you can be looking out for. I know these molds are not available, but they will be, and it will just give you a little bit of background on if there's any problems or issues. Okay, moving along, final but not last is the RL group build, which I am hosting, and it's a very simple group build. This group build is it's called Railline, and the only rule is that your diorama or whatever you're building in whatever scale must have a piece of rail lining. It is as simple as that. This is going to be open to everybody that builds models. It doesn't matter if you're 00 right up to 1/16 or even 1:1. It doesn't matter. As long as what you build has a piece of rail lining, you can enter into it. Now, I know it's well ahead of time, but I'm giving people time to have a think of things that they would like to build and put in to the group build. The group build will be starting on the 3rd of January 2018. It will be running for a full 12 months. And like I say, it is open to every modeler and every scale. It depends who actually enters and what different sizes we get. We'll probably be dividing it up into individual, 00 scale, 1/35, 1/72, 1/16. We'll be dividing it up into them, and there isn't actually any prizes, but there is certificates. I am having certificates printed out for this group build, so there is something at the end of it. Not a great deal, but there is something. So if it's something you think you'd like to enter into, there will be further videos telling you how you can actually do that. Like I say, it's not starting until January the 3rd, so there's quite a few months left for you to have a think. If you've not already seen the video, I will tag it on to the end of this one. And I think I've just about covered everything as an overview of what's happening. Now, I'd like to thank you very much for joining me, and hopefully we will probably see you on the next update.